Making vaccines can be tricky and it takes many different testings to ensure the vaccine safety and effectiveness. However, with the whole world battling with the pandemic, there is an urgent need for the COVID-19 vaccine. Here are the processes of making a vaccine. This phase tests the vaccine on animals to see whether they produce antibodies to the disease-causing agent. If yes, the candidate vaccine proceeds to phase 1 clinical trials in humans. This phase evaluates the safeness of the candidate vaccine in a small amount of healthy adults. There will be a team called the independent clinical experts reviewing the findings of each phases. They sometimes will halt the trials to view the result to ensure the candidate vaccine is safe. Phase 2, it requires hundreds of people. This phase finds out the appropriate dose of vaccine that will stimulate an immune response as well as to assess its safety. Phase 3, it requires thousands of people. It is to determine the effectiveness of the vaccine against the disease. If the vaccine passes phase 3, it will then be independently assessed by the regulators. Regulators will be responsible for the safetiness, effectiveness, and manufacturing quality of the vaccine. Along to that, the vaccine is also tested by the independent policymakers to find out the best way of vaccine usage. If the vaccine passes the regulatory requirements, it can be approved for use and the vaccine can be licensed and registered. After that, the authorized vaccine can be used in the population. In response to the critical situation happening in the whole world, the races among many countries in finding the COVID-19 vaccine explains the rapidness of the vaccine production. The phases can run in parallel. As preclinical trials are running, phase 1 clinical trials is also ongoing, and so on. Is a special case when there is an urgent need for the use of vaccine, such as the COVID-19 vaccine. The authorization can be done by WHO and is only granted if the vaccine meets stringent safety and effectiveness standards. Finally, when the vaccine is open for use, health authorities continue to track it for safety and effectiveness to make sure that it continues to meet the highest standards. COVID-19 vaccines from different pharmaceutical companies have been authorized and distributed for use. Even though the COVID vaccine production is much faster, they will be as safe as the other vaccine available out there, as the COVID-19 vaccine goes through the same number of trials, same number of safety checkpoints, and has acquired the same number of volunteers in every trial.